Lesson 4 is all about sensory images or sensory imagery. Let's discuss one by one the definition of terms. So first is imagery. It is a technique using imaginative and descriptive words to paint a picture in the reader's head. So from the root word image or images, it's something to do with pictures. 5 senses or the senses itself. It is the main tools that humans use to perceive the world or the human already possess. It is something to do with the sight, smell, hearing, touch, and taste. So when you put this word together, you can create this kind of definition. Sensory imagery. It involves the use of descriptive language to create a mental images. It works by engaging the reader's 5 senses. So, it is a picture or a descriptive words used to describe a picture or image. Here are the 5 types of sensory imagery. First is the sense of taste, which refers to gustatory imagery. Second is sense of smell or olfactory imagery. Then sense of touch, which is the tactile imagery. Then sense of sight, that refers to visual imagery. And then last is sense of hearing, which is all about auditory imagery. Here are the uses of the sensory images or imagery. First is the sight or visual imagery. It appeals to the sense of seeing. Anything that you see is all about, or you are using visual imagery. Then, next is the sound or auditory. Sound or auditory imagery. It appeals to the sense of hearing. So, like for example, the tickling of the raindrops in the rooftop is quite amazing. The third is the smell or olfactory imagery, which appeals to the sense of smelling. So for example, the aroma of the chicken curry in the kitchen makes me hungry. So that is the use of the olfactory. The fourth is touch or tactile, which appeals to the sense of feeling. Like for example, the baby's smooth and soft skin comforts his mother tiredness. Then last is the taste or gustatory imagery, which appeals to the sense of taste. For example, the sweet and creamy flavor of milk tea makes myself indulging. Here are some examples of sensory images that you can start with. So for your sense of taste, we have the tongue of a cold glass lemonade. For touch, a cold breeze. For sight, a bright sun. For the sound, the chirp of birds. And for the smell, freshly mowed grass. Here are some set of sentences that use sensory imagery. For the first one is the visual or the visual imagery. The golden rays of the setting sun reflected upon the clear waters of lake. Second, the auditory. The trees rustled as the wind whistled gently through the leaves. So the clue word there is the rustled and the whistled. Then third is tactile. My toes went numb and a shiver ran through my body as I stepped into the cold river. So the word we have here is the numb and shiver. Olfactory. The stench of rotting garbage overpowered my nostrils when I opened the bin. So the clue word that we have here is the stench of rotting garbage. Then 5, the gustatory, her mouth watered and her tongue burned as she bit into the sour, peppery mango chow. So we have here the clues that we have the sour and then the peppery. To sum up today's lesson, Creating sensory images is a strategy that readers use to think more deeply about a text. It is also helps a reader to draw on specific details in the text. So, aside from this sensory imagery also gives impact to the readers when they are reading the text or the poem, story, and anything narratives written in the books. So, for us to know whether you understood the lesson, let us have our seatwork number 4 on your module. So, kindly answer what I know, what numbers 1 to 7, what's more, numbers 1 to 10 for the total of 17 points. We are going to check that later before we end the discussion or the class time. And for our assignment number 3, I want you to answer this on your module and post it again on our FB group for checking. Thank you for listening and attending. See you a bit later and you may start answering your module tasks. Keep safe. Bye for now.